and suddenly like Obama gets up on stage and he's just there to deliver his amazing speech. America, fuck yeah. Like that's the whole thing. That's just everything about any kind of American politics. So this is how I discuss American politics. This is what I dress up in. I sit down and I go.
You dress up in your America.
Fuck yeah. Exactly. To watch the State of the Union, I'm just sitting there going, this is the most American I can get. If I could get like a McDonald's burger at the same time, a Big Mac.
The whole State of the Union speech basically boiled down to being used in a language that 6th graders could understand.
6th graders, it's standard 6s. 8th graders. I know you don't know what a standard really is.
What is a standard?
A standard is like the old terminology for schools. Like I know it's before your time. But you were recently in the 8th grade, so you remember what that's like. What is the reading level like in 8th grade? I can't remember. It's been
really poor.
Really poor. So you were kind of a stupid kid.
No, I was above everybody. Everyone else was stupid.
Of course you were. Of course. So President Obama is delivering a speech to the American people. In fact, he's delivering it internationally, right? Everyone's watching this on TV.
It's weird that everyone watches the American State of the Union address. No one watches the Chinese State of the Union address.
I don't think the Chinese have a State of the Union. He doesn't have, like, the president of China doesn't have to turn around and tell anybody what he's doing. He's just like, listen, work, man, work, South African, work.
Dalai Lama? No.
Yeah, pretty much. Someone wants to set himself on fire, it's okay. Meanwhile, in America, it's like, they have to at least create the illusion that they're trying to include everybody in the discussion. Apparently, the discussion is to 8th graders. That's quite nice. President Obama stands up in front of everyone in his suit and his tie. Excuse me. All right, and the quick fox ran across the street and was, I don't know. You got that. Then the universal healthcare thing comes up, right? And now he has to take back on the whole healthcare situation.
Obamacare.
You see, this is the thing. He's like a freaking superhero. He's like Batman. Batman has a Batmobile and a Bat cave and a Bat boat and a Bat bike and whatever. He's got Obamacare and the Obama suit. He's in the Obama house.
It's no longer the White House.
Yeah,
it's Obama House.
People expected him to show up, rip his shirt open, and save the world. And that was what he was sold as.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
he didn't. Yeah.
And it's not his fault because I think people are very naive about politics in general.
Yeah.
You don't show up. You don't elect a guy to show up and make decisions. You elect a guy to stand in front of you and tell you what decisions have been made through democratic consort, like when we called a whole bunch of people with their own interests and interests of other companies involved and all these guys into one room together to tell me what to do so I could put my signature on the bottom and go, American people. Yeah, but the thing is, everyone wants to be JFK.
Except without the bullet through the brain.
Without the bullet through the brain and the massive who knows who killed him conspiracy theory that goes with that. Although I think there's a little bit of that rock star mentality. He had the coolest hair, he had the coolest speeches, had a very distinct voice. And everyone just wants to be him, but no one really can. So you take Santorum has Santorum has the face, He's got the face of Kennedy, but you need the personality of Kennedy. And I guess Gingrich thinks you need to deliver speeches like Kennedy's speeches.
Here's the problem. We're going to throw money at it, and there will be a solution.
Except they have no money to throw at it.
Yeah, it's not like they just went through a major worldwide recession or anything.
And then, what they're going to do, they're going to cut taxes from the American people. Everybody.
Except even millionaires, who don't get taxes anyway.
No, we're going to start taxing the rich a bit more, but we're not going to say how much exactly, just a bit more. I think the rich should be taxed, is what he's saying in his speech, and you're like, cool, me too. Are you going to do it? He doesn't say, we're going to tax the rich. Yeah. We feel that maybe the rich should be taxed a bit more.
Because they sort of have a bit more money, but we're not really sure whether we're going to do it or not.
But you, the arbitrary people, farmers,
no taxes.
Less tax.
But we're still going to raise $2 trillion.
$2 trillion. Yeah, it's an arbitrary amount. We have it lying around. It's on the campaign trail. There was all this talk about hope. And he was planting all these ideas. But this is the thing. He had to go on about healthcare, and he had to go on about all the laws that he wants to get passed, and pulling the troops out of Iraq, and pulling the troops out of Afghanistan, and this was his whole game plan, shutting down Guantanamo Bay. And everything sounded kind of cool. It sounded cool not just to American people, but
to the rest of the world as well.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's just like, cool, pull the soldiers out. That's a rad idea.
We might actually like America now. Keep doing that.
We'd vote for you. And I think at the time they did a little poll where you could actually go online and see who in the world would vote for Barack Obama. And he totally won by a bajillion votes from everyone on the planet. But in a way, what this does is it kind of gets the people of America to go, oh, we're never going to elect another black guy. Look how you screwed up.
Yeah.
And that is typically, that's such a Hollywood thing. It's okay, fine. You check out any Hollywood movies with black presidents, right?
Yeah.
The world always goes to hell. And it's not like I am saying, this is what it would be like. It's not necessarily that every single director or producer or studio is thinking, yeah, we're going to cast Morgan Freeman as the president and then ruin the world.
Yeah.
They just happen to cast Morgan Freeman because he would make a great president. And they're like, whoa, this is about how the world is crap and the president screwed up. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
But, you know, like the only one who ever succeeded at being a black president was the guy from The Fifth Element. And even he was kind of failing up until the last minute.
But I mean, all these new American movies that have come out in these last couple of decades, well, not decades, couple of years, have been black presidents. I mean, 2012, you know.
Oh, and 2012, what is 2012 about? The end of the world! Yeah, I'm the worst president ever. Now, Barack Obama is being cast like a fictional character, so he's Superman when we need him. He's gonna swoop in and save the day. Except, he's also like every other black president in every movie you've ever seen in Hollywood. He has to deliver a speech to you where he admits that he was wrong, he screwed up, everything he promised is wrong, the world's gonna end, and only President Bill Pullman can show up in a fighter jet at the last minute to save everyone. With the help of a middle American farmer, Randy Quaid.
I don't know where the actual money's supposed to come from. I think it's supposed to rain from the sky. I think that's what's going to happen is President Obama's going to don his like Obama cowl and his Obama like shaman gear.
Yeah.
He's going to go
back to
out.
his African roots and do like a rain dance.
Yeah, exactly. Like right through Kansas. Like there he is. And then like suddenly just money comes pouring up from the sky. $2 trillion. Just George Washington on every note.
Yeah. And you say, well, what about all these sort of like rubbish phrases that he's throwing into the speech? Like, there are more boots on the border than ever before.
What does that mean?
Like, could you say like this border where someone's placing pairs of shoes?
I imagine that the American people who are listening to this at 8th grade level are totally thinking exactly that. They're like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
All those leftover shoes that no one uses, how we have something to do with them?
Aren't you worried that the Mexicans are going to steal the boots from the border? Seriously, President Obama, what are we going to do about it?
We're going to chain them down?
The thing is, well, it's like America's got this delusion that they're okay even when they're not. They're suffering, but it's okay because like they'll fix it. But they've always operated like in debt.
Yeah.
That's the kind of economy they've had.
I mean, they're more in debt than some of like third world nations.
And the thing is, again, I feel sorry for Obama. I feel sorry for to some degree
The Republican Party.
Yeah. No, they're not the Republican Party.
No, have you seen the candidates they have this year?
That's a whole other story.
He basically started out as sort of a Kennedy mold, and I know that's again like, you know, dead
fun
president.
hero kind of. Yeah.
Totally, yeah. He's you know the Johnny Appleseed of like American politics. Like he started out with that vibe, and now and actually throughout his entire presidency so far, he's had to go back on everything. He's had to pull stuff back. I mean, you saw the State of the Union, so you know like how you have to kind of just go, well, I'm not going to do that anymore. And remember that thing I promised? Yeah. We're not going to get to that. And it starts off with like, okay, you know, he doesn't mention this in the speech, but like Guantanamo Bay didn't get shut down. And he obviously has to avoid that topic.
Yeah, just stay away from Gitmo as far as you can.
Exactly, like all of us should. Everyone except the king. I'm distressed by the fact that Barack Obama had to come up and say these things that I don't think he thinks. He looks old now.
Yeah.
Have you noticed how old he looks?
But talking about election speeches, what about Newt Gingrich and let's go to the moon?
I'm sorry, Newt Gingrich, whenever I hear his name, I just think of like an STD. Oh no, I've got the Gingrich. What am I going to do? Oh god, my star-spangled shorts are really like starting to fire up.
Crazy.
So what is he going to do? Like build his like lunar base? He's trying to out-Obama. So you have the Obama cave and the Obama house and the Obama mobile.
Maybe the Newt moon.
Yeah, exactly. Well, welcome to Moon Gingrich. I wouldn't want to go to the moon if it had a Gingrich on it.